Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be discussing one of the most interesting aspects of Wings of Fire, Animus magic. This video does contain spoilers for the Dangerous Gift and Talents of Power, but I'll tell you guys when I'll be discussing those so you can go to the proper timestamp for when the spoilers end. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. Animus magic is incredibly powerful. An Animus dragon can enchant inanimate objects, plants, and even other dragons to do whatever they wish. The only known limit to Animus magic is that it cannot be used to raise the dead, which, if you consider all the stuff that it can do, not being able to raise the dead isn't that bad. Animus magic is quite rare considering the fact that a majority of the tribes don't have Animus genes anymore. Animus magic is passed down through genetics, but it does tend to skip several generations at random. However, with its strength also comes the corruption that Animus magic brings. Animus magic can corrupt your soul, although Tui has been a bit finicky as if it really does that or not. If you don't want to see any Talents of Power spoilers, please skip to the time on the screen so you'll be able to avoid them and get right back into more Animus discussions. Here's a direct quote from Turtle in Talents of Power that relates to the subject of Animus dragons going insane after using their magic too much. Maybe losing your soul isn't the right way to describe it. Maybe it's more like the more you use your power for bad things, the more you feel like you're entitled to use your power for anything. Makes it harder to go back, only forward to more bad things. Like I said before, Tui has hinted towards Animus magic driving dragons insane. There have still been cases of it not happening. Anemone even tried to enchant an object to make her not go insane after Darkstalker suggested it, but that didn't work. Now, that could have been because Darkstalker tampered with it, I'm not sure. Turtle turned out fine. That was because he didn't use his Animus magic too much in the series. We need to take a moment to think about all the most famous Animus dragons in the history of Pyra. The first ones you usually think of are Darkstalker, Albatross, and Arctic. But there have been Animus dragons who didn't go insane, mainly because they carefully managed what spells they cast. However, even though Icewing Animus dragons would only cast one spell and turned out perfectly fine, not all of them did. Albatross going insane is what caused dragons to fear Animus magic as a whole, some tribes even killing off any dragons that are proven to have those abilities. It is pretty unclear on if Animus magic itself drives a dragon insane, because some have even tried casting spells to make themselves unaffected by the insanity, yet it doesn't work, and others have behaved fine by casting several spells. I agree with what Turtle said in Talents of Power, because it really depends on the dragon. Like I said before, some dragons have turned out okay, meanwhile others go on murder sprees. More of a personality thing, but I do think that Animus magic itself may play a part into why dragons become more evil the more they use it. Skip to this timestamp to avoid these Dangerous Gift spoilers in case you haven't read the book. So I made a video a little while back on why Tui removed Animus magic. A lot of comments, and I mean a lot of them, were people telling me that the spell only applies to the alive Animus dragons. I was aware of that when I made the video, but I didn't make it that clear. I do believe that Animus magic could return in the storyline, I'm not denying that. However, what I don't think is that we'll see it again in the series. Arc 2 is entirely about Animus magic, and as much as I love it, it really does solve a majority of your problems. If you're interested, go back and watch that video. Sorry, I just needed to put that out there. I know the spell only specifies that it works for living Animus dragons and already cast enchantments. Also, Animus magic not being able to use right now does affect my final conclusion to the video, but I can't mention it since only people who have read the Dangerous Gift are actually listening to this part right now. So, in conclusion, Animus magic can be used for anything except raising the dead, making it incredibly powerful. However, the debate as to if it does corrupt your soul is still out there, making it a possible risk for using your magic. Animus magic tends to cause more issues than it fixes sometimes, so when used improperly it can become quite the predicament. Even the most responsible individuals will be selfish sometimes and make mistakes, so using Animus magic should be the last resort for situations. It's like a genie in the bottle, basically. You have to be careful what you wish for, and you have to be specific with your spell. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. I know things were all over the place, but it's hard to talk without spoilers and having to put them in different spots. What do you guys think about Animus magic? Would you want to have it in real life? Let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.